Okay, you guys were sent 3 PowerPoints that you need to take care of, and I did these on PowerPoint because these are things that we need to cover, but I would just really prefer not to spend tons of time on them, so that's why I did them this way, so that we can just move on and actually use these. Digital collaboration, you've done a little bit of that this year when you shared a document with someone else and you had to work together on it. These PowerPoints are very self-explanatory. Let's see. Let's go here. It says use the sites listed above to create a PowerPoint explaining digital collaboration and some of the tools. Use the template provided, but feel free to be creative. Use a single font that is easy to read, because this is to be informative. This isn't to be so much entertaining as informative. You can use a different font for your titles and subtitles. Use your principles of layout and design to create an appealing and informative presentation. Use an appropriate graphic for each slide and compose a good explanation or definition for each term. All right, let's move on to the first one. Collaboration. You're going to define what collaboration is, explain what it is, and then I want you to find some kind of image that represents that word collaboration. And then on these also there are questions on here. Why is it important for you to learn how to collaborate in today's workforce? All right, I've set up all of your slides for you. The next one is email. Define it, explain it. How does it aid in collaboration? For a blog, the same thing. Define, explain. How does it aid in collaboration? And remember, you have to put an image with each one of these as well. We also have the words chat room, discussion thread, so you're going to have to find out what these things are. And then the last one is Wiki, and I'm going to tell you this. Wiki means what I know is. And that's why they're not always the most reputable sites, because it's not necessarily researched and proven information. This is what I know about this subject. And we as human beings are definitely fallible. We don't know everything. So sometimes our information can be incorrect. So that's why there are some wikis that are great to use, and then other wikis, you probably don't want to use those. That's why we don't like Wikipedia. Yeah.
What's a wiki?
I don't know what you're asking.
No, it's like wiki with the A at the end.
Wikia? I don't know. Why don't we look that up and find out later on? Okay. You look it up and tell me what it is, because I'll be honest, I hadn't heard of it. Okay, now the other PowerPoints that you have are very similar. Here's the one on copyright and fair use. Now on this one, again, you're going to have to explain what that means and then define it. Now keep in mind, a definition is different than an explanation. You can tell somebody what something is, but until you explain it, they may not fully understand it. So what you're going to have to do is define, explain, and then come up with a photograph, a graphic that represents that. And then answer this question: why should you respect intellectual property? Intellectual property is things that come out of other people's heads, things that they compose, poetry, songs, essays, newspaper articles. That's somebody else's intellectual property. And then the doctrine of fair use. Now, what I want you to do when you do this is I want you to look up the doctrine of fair use for students, because they'll have a list of things on there of things that you can use without having to worry about violating somebody else's copyright or stealing someone's intellectual property. So that's what I want you to look up on that. And then there's a slide right here for those guidelines so that you can put some of those things on here that will help you later on. The last one is conversion and compression files. Again, you're going to define or explain. You're going to answer whatever the question is on here, and then you're going to put an image there. Now I'm going to show you an example of somebody's file that they did. This is a really good example. I'm okay with the background and all that kind of stuff because the way he did this, he made it where it's still very easy to read. It has a definition. It says what a compression file is. It explains something about that, and he put images over here that illustrate that. He did the same thing for file conversion. All right, these are some really nice looking slides. It does not take a long time to do. Define it, explain it, answer any questions that are on the slide, and then put some images on there that represent that. Are there any questions about how to do this? All right, all 3 of these are due by Friday, but since we have had, Thursday, because we won't be here on Friday. But because we have Easter coming up, and because it's a little bit later in the week and Thursday is tomorrow, then I'm going to give you guys until Monday to get these finished. All right, any questions about how to get this done? All right, very good, go to work.